Welcome to your daily focus for December the 15th, 2022. Okay, so yesterday was difficult, probably. Today will be difficult, probably. And throughout the weekend, I don't think this energy really lets up until Monday or Tuesday of next week. And that is the sun squaring Neptune. Okay, it's a longer transit. We feel it longer. So go back and watch yesterday's video. I covered it in great detail, but I will try and do that again today without making it a half an hour long. So I apologize for the length sometimes. Okay, let's start at the beginning. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. We have the 15 energy today. So it's about our behaviors, it's about our habits, it's about what we want to change about ourselves. It is realizing maybe some of the habits that we want to get rid of and understanding a new way of implementing things into our life if we think about our habits and our behaviors. Okay, and I think I was explaining yesterday, it's kind of like energy where you can test it, but you know you're not going to get far. You're going to hit a brick wall within moments. You're going to start spinning your wheels faster than under this kind of energy. There is no possible way to truly go forward. So when we're trying to change our habits, it's more of recognizing them, identifying them, gaining knowledge about them so that you can defeat them, and then applying that to the new moon energy, or at least after this trying energy that we're going through. If you do the daily numerology, it is a 15 as well, and 1 plus 5 is a 6. So it is about our health, our well-being, our mundane, day-to-day kind of stuff. Maybe it's work. It could be our relationships as well. So it crosses a large extension, the 6 energy. So maybe we want to switch up our routines in a different way. Maybe we want to go in search of a job or a new job, or take on a different job or responsibility. Now, on top of the Sun Neptune that we've got going there, okay, remember that Neptune is a planet of illusion. Okay, so when we get our backs against the wall, when we get maybe short-tempered or aggressive, or we're just restless or irritable, or okay, it's about taking that step back, realizing it about ourselves, understanding that whatever was said probably wasn't meant towards us. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of the energy. But with the 6 energy, it's looking at our behaviors, it's looking at our habits. It's looking at our day in, day out, mundane routines that we have for ourselves. Where do we need to enlist change? Where do we need to maybe change things up or get rid of a part of it? We have Sun in Sagittarius and the Moon is in Virgo. So the Moon in Virgo, I'm going to stick with the criticism theme here because this is the kind of energy when people are more apt to criticize rather than compliment. So, under a Virgo energy, how do you allow that to go under your skin? How do you carry it? Okay, sometimes somebody can say a thing to us and it lasts the entire day. As we go to sleep that night, it still pops up in our mind. That happened today. So, how do we deal with it? How do we recognize it? How do we understand it? How do we gain? Well, we gain control over it when we see it. We understand it. Because then we know how to move forward with a different direction of how to release that energy. Because 9 times out of 10, especially under this energy, what comes at you isn't meant for you. It's more of what they're going through inside. And it's trying to find its release. Okay, so 2 ears, 1 mouth. Today is definitely a day to listen twice as hard and speak at least half of what you normally do. On top of that, we've got Mercury. Mercury and the North Node, I believe, is talking. And that will give us a little bit of energy to want to grow, to want to maybe learn something, or maybe your thoughts are growing. Maybe it's in your communication, although communication will be hard today. Just know that going forward for today and probably for the weekend. Probably for the weekend. And then we got Mercury and Mars, and they're not getting along up in the sky. So this is the day when we jump to conclusions. We act very spontaneously to what we hear, to what we see, right? So we say the wrong things and mistakes will be made. Absolutely. So it's back it up, think it through. That will be your most powerful advice today. Yesterday was spirituality, and absolutely incorporate that in. But I'm thinking more of we need to take that real step back, not just tap into our spirituality, but to understand that we're also going to think it through before we act, before we do, before we say. And we'll get this feeling of where we want to get to is just not happening fast enough, or you'll never get there, or it just seems like, oh, spinning wheels. And that's kind of an illusion right now because Neptune's involved with the sun. So don't go down that thought process. Remember, it shows up in your subconscious. You recognize it. You say stop, stop, delete, delete, cancel, cancel. No, no. And start writing the script that you want to follow in life. What your reality will and probably is looking like. But we can't see it right now. We have the insecurities come out, doubt comes out. People are criticizing us and telling us things that, wow, I didn't even know that was a flaw. I always thought it was a positive part of my personality, kind of thought. So things can come out and that'll kind of snowball on top of you too. So take it with a grain of salt. How do you release that? You just send it back to them, okay? You know, thank you for your criticism. I'm sending it back to you now. It's not mine. It's yours. You have ownership of those words. And just see the words floating back to them. Okay, they gave it out, so it's theirs in the first place. Send it right back. Just reject it. If somebody cuts you off when you're driving and, you know, you could just lose your mind on energy like this. You could just snap like a little dry twig in the middle of the forest, I'm telling you. So, you know, don't take it personally. They didn't wake up this morning and say, hey, I'm going to look for that vehicle with one person behind the driver's seat that's, Milo, what were you doing? That's mine. Where are you? Come here. Come here. Oh, he's black. He blends in well. Don't you? You blend in well. Coming up? 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 No? Because I'm in a different direction now. You don't know what to do. Okay, go on then. Out. Go lay down. Go on. Out. So don't get discouraged today or throughout the weekend until this energy breaks, because really you're seeing illusions. You're seeing your fears. You're seeing your anxieties play out rather than the reality of the situation. That you really are a strong and confident person, that you really are worthy and deserving, okay? You're seeing an illusion right now that's telling you that you're not those things. It's like being in the fun house with those funny mirrors. You don't recognize yourself for who you really are, truly are. And that is the sun squaring Neptune, absolutely. So I don't want you to lose hope, and I don't want you to think that you're not going anywhere, you're spinning your wheels, because that is the exact opposite. Okay, so grow those thoughts in your mind, broaden your horizon of what you want to do. Maybe tap into a legend. Okay, tap into information from other people, or information or other people, right? It could just be something that you come across on the internet. Watch your rushed thinking, okay? We'll want to just react today. We do not want to just react today. Pulling it back will enable us to have the right approach going forward, if any approach at all. It might not be worth our time or energy or resources for that matter. And what we do and what we think, they're in two different directions right now. So don't try to really, get things done that need to get done, okay? Use the full moon energy that we have, and it's in Virgo right now. Get rid of that heaping stack of paperwork, or, organize the pantry, or get down and clean out the basement, or decorate your house, or redecorate your house. That's more new moon, but if you want to decorate your house for maybe an upcoming event in your house, might be a good time. And things won't go right, and just go with the flow, and things will interrupt you, and just go with the flow. And know that every single thing that is coming at you right now, that makes you insecure, that brings out your fears, that brings out your anxiety, are just little lessons to teach us how to do it properly. And we have that 15 energy today about understanding our behaviors. So the energy is there for us to greet and meet ourselves, get to know ourselves a lot better, and be able to know that we've got the strength, the courage, the fortitude, the perseverance, the discipline, the patience to go forward in the direction we want, that we will wait for this energy to pass. And we'll learn some really cool things about ourselves, if done properly, that really can be motivators to moving us on the fast express forward. Okay, so yeah, watch your impatience with others, with yourself. Let's get to the cards. Okay, our shadow card is, look at that, the Knight of Wands. Just drop to your knee. Be grateful for what you have in this very moment. It could be your health. It could be your well-being. It could be the money in the bank. It could be a talent that you possess, an ability, magic. It could be somebody special in your life. It could be your phone or your computer or your laptop or your Chromebook, whatever you're watching me on right now, your PlayStation, whatever you're watching me on right now. Be thankful for it. It's there. Without that, we wouldn't be able to connect. So I'm grateful and thankful for it too. Whatever you have and own and use. This is taking a breather. We've come so far in our path. We've dismounted. We've gotten off our horse. We dropped down to our knees. This is a time to say thank you for what we have. But more importantly, we're gonna start preparing ourselves for that new moon. And we want a straight path. And we want protection. And we want love. We want support. We want success. We want abundance. So start asking for those things going forward. Perfect time today. Okay, our first card is, look at this, the Wheel of Fortune is our very first card. So know that this too shall pass. Okay, know that we are going into a lighter energy eventually, but we are also writing new chapters in our life, or we're getting prepared to do that. We know that a new season, it will be upon us soon. That things will be changing. The Six of Pentacles. This is having an honest talk, I think, more with ourselves than looking at relationships, of where we don't give in certain relationships. We may be very giving in some of them, but there's always those couple of relationships we pull back, or we hold back, or we don't express ourselves fully like we do to the other people. And so why is that? Because you're going to find an underlying problem within that relationship that is probably fixable. That is probably mendable. And start thinking about ways to grow that connection, deepen that connection, I think that this card has more to do with that than what I would normally say with this card. So I'm going to go with that today. It's more of how we approach relationships and looking at our approaches to relationships, how much we step in and partake within the relationship. You know, are you the person that just texts back and forth, but you never get together with them? And if we're getting together, it's got to be this kind of situation, or it can't be anything, because that's what we do together. And maybe the expansion of that will grow the friendship, grow the partnership, grow the relationship. So yeah, look at those relationships, and more so about not the ones that are great and not the ones that maybe they need to give more, but that could be part of why you don't give, right? So understanding that there's that conflict there, that both of you need to step up. It's not just your presence, or it's not just their presence. And we have the Six of Wands, so don't worry. You are going forward towards success. This is the success card. We're in full armor here. We're ready to go. Most times we have a scroll in our hand, saying almost like, okay, this is the next mission. I've got the map of the next mission, the next adventure, the next opportunity to step into, the next challenge to go after. Now here you're being celebrated for your past accomplishments. So if anything, today is a beautiful day to look back on where you were a year ago and understand how much you have transformed, how much more knowing you are now, how much more maybe intuitive you are now, or spiritual now. Perhaps you have grown a talent, an ability, a knowledge center. Maybe you've grown a relationship. Maybe relationships have changed. Maybe you've moved houses, moved homes, moved jobs. And look at really the successes that you've had. And I know you've been successful because you're here now. Okay, this is definitely not a time to push forward, but it is a good time to study ourselves. So this energy, used wrong. Anybody like doing a grand opening right now, don't do that, please, because it's just going to be a mess. And if you don't think it's a mess, you'll think it's a mess, right? Even if it goes smoothly, you'll nitpick at this and that and the other thing, and you might yourself throw it off balance. So, but if you are, I will say an extra prayer that everything goes smoothly and wonderfully for you as well. Let's get to a mantra card. So I know over the last several years, especially some of the signs and whatnot, if you're a certain sign, life has been incredibly challenging in many aspects. And so I'm taking extra caution here to tell you that this is probably going to be the roughest it gets. This is just horrific kind of energy, okay? To walk through. And maybe we'll come through it. Well, we'll definitely come through it unscathed, so long as we think about our actions. We don't step into, and our integrity. Our integrity is so important. Okay, don't grow that story. Don't tell lies. Don't cause dramas. Don't start gossip. Don't partake in the gossip. If it's not your story, then back out. Okay, you've got enough to deal with. You don't need to worry about what they're doing. Legends, learn from those who inspire you once again. Okay, legends. Well, there's the unicorn. The unicorn is a legend. Okay. Here we are. You have the opportunity to rise to great heights. Listen, learn, gain insights of those whose path you wish to follow. Gather information. Do some research into your legend. Learn what is best for you right now to follow your dreams. Folk tales describe how a main personality in a legend copes with the events of everyday life. Deep within the tales is a lesson to pass on to you. The story may be of miracles, spiritual courage, maybe even a fairy tale. True legends such as Joan of Arc, Nelson Mandela courageously took on the battles to overcome obstacles and persevered to meet the triumph and victory. I could name so many more legends than those two that really went and fought for some strong, beautiful rights that we have today. Because of them, because of their strength, because of their and learn from them, the difficult situations they went through, how they met with that difficult situation. The mantra is, I gather inspiration, strength, and insight from true legends. I gather inspiration, strength, insight from legends. Okay, we'll get an animal. The dragonfly appears. Look at that. Okay, so the dragonfly appears. Come on. I thought I knew the trick. Oh, there we go. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. That is so important. Just hit the pause here, and I'll move it down so that the that arrow doesn't, or the isn't in the middle. There you go. I embrace transformation. I encourage. I courageously let go of the past. It just went blurry, so that's not helping. And this is a time when these upsets that we're meeting, these challenges, these hurdles that we have to go through, this is a time when, my goodness, it could be that the universe, God, our angels, our spirit guides, the cosmos are telling us this is a time to let go of this part of your life so that you have room to invite in the new, so that you're not carrying that burden forward with you. So, beautiful, wonderful energy with the dragonfly here. So just keep in mind, know it, that it's an illusion. You are strong. You are courageous. You are so deserving. And don't forget, I do love you. Okay. Until we meet again, I do love you.